Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Sideways is a good like
Like that?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Sorry to repeat that. Down, Jared, thank you.
I was such a happy kid. Yeah. But and then to top it off, one day, I went on a jet ski trip.
What?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun. Yeah, and but this trip, it kind of went bad because the accident happened, a really bad accident. Another jet ski just hit me in the head. Yeah, and it was really, really bad. Yeah, and it hurt my brain really bad. Yeah, and they flew me. They rushed me to the hospital, and I was in a coma. Do you know what a coma is? Okay, a coma is when your brain has to rest to get better. Yeah, and I was in a coma when my brain was sleeping, and the doctors couldn't wake me up. Yeah, I was in a coma for like 2 months. Yeah, and then one day I opened my eyes. Yeah, and I saw a white room. Yeah, and I was a little confused because my room at home wasn't white. And then I just tried to move. Yeah, and I couldn't move. Yeah, and I tried to talk, and I couldn't talk. Yeah, and it was really, really difficult to like comprehend all this. Yeah, and so I started to think, yeah, and my parents, they helped me understand that I was in the hospital because I had been in a very bad accident, and my brain was hurt, and because my brain was like so hurt, I was paralyzed, and I couldn't talk. Paralyzed means you can't move. You can't move. Yeah? No. I had machines breathing for me. And like tubes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I was in 5th grade. I was 11. 11 when this happened. Wait, no more questions. I had, yeah. And I thought about this, and I'm in the hospital. I've been in an accident. I'm paralyzed. I can't talk. I can't move. This is really terrible. Yeah, and a lot of people came and visited me. A lot of people. Yeah, and one of the people, he brought me pictures of superheroes
He what?
that he drew for me. Yeah, and these pictures were the like first thing that made me happy. Yeah. Yeah, and
Wow, Sonic.
yeah, and I remembered I really love to draw. If I could just like move, then maybe I could draw again. Yeah, but I couldn't move. I was just like in the bed, just like yeah, but like later, the therapists were like trying to get me to use my right side. Well, because like my right side was the side that was paralyzed. Yeah, and so they sat me at a table and they tied my good hand behind my back. Yeah, and they put a bowl of cereal in front of me with a spoon, and they set my arm right by the spoon. Yeah, and they're all, okay, Glenn, eat some cereal. And I'm all, what do they think they're doing? Yeah, like, they tied my hand behind my back, that can work. Like, this hand can't work. Like, yeah, so I'm all, Yeah, I'm all, I have an idea. And I just slammed my head in the bowl and started slurping. And I'm all, oh, it tastes so good. Yeah, so, that didn't work. Yeah, and they tried different things every day, nothing worked. Until my mom, she said, maybe put a piece of paper and a pencil in front of Glenn, because he loves to draw. Yeah, and so they did that, and yeah, and I looked at that pencil and paper, and I loved it so much. Yeah, and yeah, it was like the only thing in my life that like I found out I loved. I'm all, yeah, and like I was trying with all get my left arm out of the, yeah, and I'm all, I can't move this hand. Yeah, and like for days, and then like slowly and like rested on it. And guess what happened? My mom cried. Yeah, and then for days and days, like they did this experiment, and I pinched it, and I scribbled a line. Yeah, and I practiced, and practiced, and yeah, and these are some of the paintings I paint at home. Yeah, and guess what? I work at Walmart. What? Yeah. Wait, calm down. Yeah, no, I work at Walmart in American Fork. Okay, calm down. And whenever I see like kids coming through the door or through my checkout lane having bad days, that makes me remember when I was having a bad day. Yeah, like stuck in the hospital, like yeah, and like I'm all, what did my uncle do for me? He drew me pictures, and they made me really happy. Yeah, and so that's what I do for kids. To make them happy, is I paint them pictures like this, so that they can be happy. Yeah, and but wasn't wearing a mask, like, wasn't that really hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who else wears a mask? Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Yeah. And guess what he does? He helps people be happy. He goes happy. Save you, happy. Happy. Yeah, and so like what I'm doing for like kids, what I'm doing is I'm like painting pictures for kids and like saying, be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy. Yeah, and that kind of makes me like Spider-Man. Yeah, and how do you guys like when you guys are feeling bad, but you see somebody else feeling bad, and you go and help them, guess what that makes them? Happy. And guess what that makes you? Happy. And guess what you are? A superhero. Yeah. Yeah. And I know that as we follow this pattern of helping people when we are sad, and like that will help us like be able to like spring back to like being happy again, like more faster, happy, yeah, and I think, yeah, I call this like resilience. Yeah. I painted one of these pictures for all of your teachers. Yeah. And so your teachers are gonna get these pictures and put it in their classrooms. And when you look at the pictures, I want you to think like, oh, that makes me so happy. Like, I want to help them be happy. I want to help them be happy. Yeah, and be a superhero. Be a superhero. Yeah. Oh, but guess what? Even better news. Guess what I did? So I made prints of a lot of my pictures, and I brought 750 of them. We give that to all of you guys. Yeah. So you guys could be remembered to like be happy and to like be resilient and like help others be happy, and that will just like help you be happy once you are sad. Yeah, and I know as we find our sad times, that we just need to look outward and look for people that are feeling down, and think I can do a hard thing. I will help them be happy. I can do hard things. Yeah, and yeah. Good job. Yeah, but I these prints, I need you to hang in your rooms so that you can look at them and you can think oh, this is just a dream. This, but superheroes aren't in bad dreams. They're only in good dreams. Yeah, and the first thing I learned how to move when I was paralyzed was my smile. Yeah, and all the nurses came in and say why is he smiling? He's just been through so much hurt, so much trauma and stuff. Yeah, but they just kept working with me more and work with me. Yeah, and if we smile, we can do anything. We can do anything. Yeah. Yeah. You're an artist? Oh, me too! Oh, I love you. Yeah. As we, I just want you guys to help other people be happy when we're sad. Yep. Thanks. Yeah.
All right, so here's something that I really want to talk about. So Glenn, he's been my friend for a long time. When he was in high school and I was his counselor, right? We go way back.
A long time.
Yeah. And one thing that was really, I admire about him so much is he went through this horrible thing that happened in his life, right? And he was paralyzed. He couldn't move, he couldn't speak, he couldn't eat, at first, and he couldn't use it as part of his body. It was a horrible thing that happened to him, And he had to work really, really, really hard, right? He had to work super hard with the doctors and the therapists and his family to learn to do all that stuff, right?
Yeah. But even the doctors and therapists, they said, oh, you will never be able to walk again. You will never be able to do this. And Mom, hold on. Don't tell me I can't do it. Tell me I can do it. Yeah, and I don't know. It's just something that I just look to people that tell me I can do this and help encourage me. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. So he's a great example because sometimes bad things happen to us in our lives. Sometimes we have challenges. Sometimes things are hard. And if we remember Glenn, whenever we're going through hard things in our lives, put your hands down, man. If we remember Glenn and realize and think to ourselves that, well, if Glenn was able to learn to walk and talk and eat and draw and paint from being where he was, then you can overcome your hard things too. But the coolest thing about that is, what was the first thing you learned to do?
Move my mouth. And so I smiled.
So he shares that smile wherever he goes. Whenever you run into Glenn, you see him at Walmart, you'll always see him smile. I've never seen him not smile. And then also he gives back. He shares, and so he shares his art with everybody, so that when you see this this piece of artwork that you're gonna get in your classroom, I want you to think of Glenn and think about how resilient he is and how he had to face hard things and overcame those hard things in a positive way. That he was positive, he was upbeat, he was cheerful, he believed in himself, right?
Yep,
Family believed in you,
for the most part.
for the most part. Those that didn't, did you prove them wrong?
Yep.
Yep,
Every day, every day,
yeah,
every
yeah.
day.
Yeah. So he's amazing, and I just love Glenn so much, and he's just such a great friend of mine. Let's give Glenn a big round of applause.